Have you ever noticed how one small argument in the morning can ruin your entire day? One rude comment, one delay, one mistake, and suddenly your whole mood collapses. Why does this happen? Because most of us are running our lives with an untrained mind. Today, I want to show you a tool that costs nothing, needs no equipment, and takes only a few minutes. But it can quietly rebuild the way you think, react, and live. That tool is meditation. And no, this isn't about monks on a mountain. This is about you, right now, in your normal, busy, noisy life. Stay with me, because we'll also be using this lesson to sharpen your English, new vocabulary, useful phrases, and sentences you can repeat out loud. Let's begin. What meditation actually is, and what it isn't. Let's clear up a myth first. Meditation is not about switching your brain off. It's not about becoming a blank, thoughtless statue. Nobody sits down and instantly has zero thoughts. That's not how the human mind works. Meditation is really the practice of noticing. You sit, you breathe, and you simply pay attention to what's happening inside you. Your emotions, your worries, the way your body feels, the pattern of your breathing. Think about your phone. When you have 50 apps running in the background, everything slows down and overheats. Most of us live like that. 50 tabs open in our head at once. Meditation is like closing the extra tabs, one at a time, so your mind can actually breathe. Here's the key mental shift. You are not your thoughts. You're the one watching the thoughts. A thought about failure can appear. That doesn't mean you have to accept it as truth. A wave of worry can rise. You don't have to drown in it. You can simply observe it, the way you'd watch a cloud pass across the sky, and then gently guide your attention back to your breathing. This single skill, noticing a thought without being controlled by it, is where all the real benefits begin. Useful vocabulary: awareness, distraction, overwhelmed, gently, observe. Try saying this sentence aloud. I notice my thoughts, but I choose my actions. Imagine two people getting the exact same piece of bad news. One person's heart races, their hands shake, and they say something they'll regret 10 minutes later. The other person pauses, breathes, and responds with a clear head. Same event. Completely different outcome. The difference isn't luck, it's the state of their mind in that moment. A settled mind isn't a mind with no problems. It's a mind that doesn't panic when problems show up. Picture a lake on a windy day. The surface is rough, and you can't see anything reflected in it clearly. Now picture that same lake on a calm morning, perfectly still. Suddenly, you can see straight to the bottom. Your thinking works the same way. When your inner water is chaotic, every decision becomes clouded by fear and rush. When it settles, you can finally see your situation for what it truly is, and respond wisely instead of reacting emotionally. This is also where real confidence comes from. Most fear isn't really about the situation in front of you. It's about the story your mind is telling about that situation. Meditation slows that story down long enough for you to question it. Try this phrase: before I react, I will pause and breathe. Here's something most people don't realize. Focus is a skill, not a personality trait. Nobody is born with unlimited concentration. It's trained, the same way an athlete trains their legs. And in today's world, our attention is under constant attack. Every notification, every short video, every little ping is fighting for a piece of your brain. Over time, this trains your mind to crave constant novelty, and it becomes harder and harder to sit with just one task. Meditation reverses this training. Every single time you sit quietly, get distracted, and choose to bring your attention back to your breath. That's a rep. That's you, at the gym for your mind, building the muscle of focus one small return at a time. Don't judge yourself when your mind wanders during practice. That wandering isn't failure. The returning is the actual exercise. The more reps you do, the stronger your attention becomes in everyday life. While studying, while working, while listening to someone speak. For anyone learning a new language, this matters enormously. Understanding a new sentence, remembering vocabulary, following a conversation, all of it depends on your ability to stay present instead of drifting off. A trained mind absorbs new information far more easily than a scattered one. Practice tip. Before your next English lesson, sit for 60 seconds. Breathe slowly. Say to yourself, "My focus is here, right now." Then begin. Facing fear without being ruled by it. Fear has a sneaky trick. It convinces you that the imagined danger in your head is exactly as real as a danger standing right in front of you. But most of the fears that stop us, fear of speaking up, fear of being judged, fear of trying something new, aren't actual threats. They're predictions. And predictions can be wrong. Meditation doesn't erase fear. Let's be honest about that. What it does is create a small gap between the feeling of fear and your next action. In that gap, you get a choice. Without training, fear and action are glued together. Fear appears, and you freeze, or run. With practice, you learn to feel the fear, breathe through it, and take the step anyway. That is the actual definition of courage. Not the absence of fear, but action despite it. Next time nervousness shows up, maybe before speaking English out loud, maybe before a difficult conversation, try this. 3 slow breaths, in and out. Then ask yourself, is this fear protecting me from real danger, or is it just trying to keep me comfortable? Most of the time, it's the second one. And once you see that clearly, it loses much of its grip. Speaking practice. Say this sentence slowly, 3 times. I can feel nervous and still speak clearly. There's a kind of strength that has nothing to do with muscles or loud confidence. It's the quiet ability to stay steady when your circumstances are shaking. Anyone can look calm when life is easy. Real strength shows up when things get hard. Meditation builds exactly this kind of inner backbone. By practicing sitting with discomfort, an itch, a wandering thought, boredom, restlessness, in a safe 5-minute session, you're training the same skill you'll need during a stressful week, a hard conversation, or an unexpected setback. You start noticing a shift in how you talk to yourself. Instead of, "I'm terrible at this," you begin saying, "I'm still learning this." Instead of collapsing after one mistake, you recover faster. That's not because you stopped feeling disappointment. It's because you stopped letting disappointment run the whole show. This matters especially for anyone building a new skill, like a new language. There will be days your pronunciation feels clumsy, or you forget a word mid-sentence. The old reaction is embarrassment and giving up. The trained reaction is breathe, smile, try the sentence again. Discipline is built in small, repeated moments. People often imagine discipline as this dramatic, all-or-nothing force. But real discipline is boring, in the best way. It's showing up for 2 minutes when you don't feel motivated. It's keeping a small promise to yourself even when nobody's watching. Meditation is discipline in its simplest form. Every day you sit down for even 5 minutes, you're proving something to your own brain. I do what I say I'll do. That small trust you build with yourself carries over into everything else: studying, exercising, saving money, practicing a new skill. And here's the practical trick: don't wait to feel ready. Waiting for the right mood is one of the biggest discipline killers. Sit down anyway. Practice anyway. Speak the new language anyway, even with a shaky voice. Motivation is unreliable. A steady, trained mind is not. Habit to build. Right before any study session, take 1 minute of quiet breathing. Then say, "I'm beginning now." That tiny ritual builds the BRI. How to actually start today. You don't need incense, a special cushion, or 30 minutes of free time. You need about 5 minutes and a willingness to try something new. Here's the simplest version. Sit somewhere quiet. Back reasonably straight, body relaxed. Close your eyes or soften your gaze downward. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Breathe out slowly. Bring your attention to the feeling of the breath moving in and out. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back. No frustration needed. Continue for 5 minutes. That's genuinely enough to start. Do this daily, not perfectly. Some days will feel peaceful. Some days your mind will feel like a room full of shouting people. Both are completely normal, and both are still valuable practice. Over time, not overnight, you'll likely notice you overthink a little less, sleep a little better, and handle stress with a little more patience. It builds like a habit, not like a magic trick. So here's the real message today. The outside world will always have noise, pressure, and uncertainty. You can't control most of that, but you can train the space inside your own head, and that space decides how you experience everything else. Start with 5 minutes. Start today. Not when life calms down, because it probably won't wait for you. Start while things are busy, and let this small habit quietly make you calmer, sharper, and stronger from the inside out. If this helped you think about meditation in a new way, and helped you practice a little English along the way, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Awareness, distraction, overwhelmed, observe, steady, courage, discipline, ritual, restless, patience.